Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we are from Group 7. We present our assignment project which the title is Student Budget Calculator. Next slide. So here are our group members, consists of 5 members which is Amira Safia binti Muhammad Rosli, Siti Aisyah Humaira binti Muhammad Darus, Nur Zulaika binti Khamir, Nurul Irdina binti Abdul Latif, and Nurul Fazlin binti Muhammad Yazli. So this is the contents for this slide. Consists of 3 chapters, which is chapter 1 about the introduction, chapter 2 about the project development, and chapter 3 for the conclusion. So the objectives for this group project is to calculate how much money that a student have to spend each week. Second, to see how long the funds are meant to last. And third, to print out how much the user has left at the end of the week from their budget. So I pass to the next presenter.
I'm Nurul Irdina binti Abdul Latif, matric number 9201430. Okay, so for the methodology, we decide to use agile methodology because this methodology meets our criteria to create this system. This methodology allows to provide a better output more quickly through short and interactive session or sprints, and also the excellent project control. Okay, next. Okay, agile methodology is effective that promotes continuous iteration of development and testing throughout the software development life cycle of the project. There are some characteristics of agile methods that make it the most system development life cycle method that really fit with our system requirement, which is first, small cross-functional teams that include development, team member, and user. It is the most effective way for the project development that ensure the work coordination of experts and the permanent communication between the customer and project development team. Okay, second, daily status meeting to discuss the current state of the project. Okay, regular meetings with a team facilitate the speed of development and they allow us to find out all nuances and issues related to project development process. Okay, third, short time frame increment. So, the feasibility that included in this information system development is technical feasibility and organizational feasibility. Okay, so for the technical feasibility, is the extent up to which the system can be successfully designed, completion of the project, which is users and analysts' familiarity with the application. The app that we decide to build quite familiar, so there are no space for misunderstanding between users nor analysts in this application. Second, familiarity with the technology. The app we decide to build use the same technology as other app but different in some features that specially built for full and part-time students. The third, project size. This kind of app only include 2 parties, which are student and citizen. This show that this app run in smaller size. These apps not involve complex process, need short time to complete, and small numbers if distinct features in the system. Okay, next, organizational feasibility. 2 key aspects to consider include management ability and resource sufficiency. Okay, management ability, which is determine the process or ability of its initial management team, whether it is a sole entrepreneur of a larger group. Okay, next, resource sufficiency, which is determine whether the proposed venture has or is capable of obtaining sufficient resource to move forward. Okay, next, we pass to the next presenter.
Okay, so my name is Nur Zulaika binti Khamir. My matric number 9201398. So I will introduce about the part analysis. So there are 3 requirement in this part, which is user requirement, requirement gathering, and system proposal. So for the user requirement, this project required for students and citizens. Next, for the requirement gathering, we use group workshop for this project. By using this method, we will get ideas, problem solutions, and information by doing a meeting and discuss about the topic. This is the fastest way for the analyst to identify possible solutions to the problems that occur and clarify details of opportunities. And this method done in a short time frame. So next, for the system proposal, after we have finished the analysis and the project report, we present this report to the owner of the project, to the decision makers, and to the project sponsor, who will decide whether our project sponsor will invest some money to support our project of making this program. So the system proposal is the initial deliverable, which outlines how the new structure will fulfill the financial requirements. The system concept for this program is student budget calculator. So I will pass to the next presenter.
Okay, my name is Nurfatin binti Ahmad Yazdi. My matric number is 9201433, and I will present about the design phase. In this phase, developer and technical architects start to design of software and system that able to deliver each requirement. And during this phase, one or more design are developed in order to achieve the project result. And the most important part in this phase is IPO chart. IPO charts must be settled first in order to complete this phase. IPO chart, also known as a simplest form to identify input, process, and output. It also help developer to understand what to expect for the output out of the data gathered, which is input and the process. As we can see here, the IPO chart for this student budget calculator. There are two input for this. There are two input for this project. The first one is student need to enter their income that they earn for a month. For the process, we have the program will calculate the total income that the student have earned in a month. So the output will print the total income that student earn in a month. For the next input is student should enter their amount of money spent on their essential costs and other costs. So for this input, there are 6 processing item. There are 6 processing item. For the first processing item, it will be calculate the total utility bill cost, and the output will be print total utility bill cost. And for the second processing item, it will be calculate the total each week that student that will be calculate money that student will be allocated for each week. So the input will be print the total money that student have for a week. So the next processing item will be calculate the total essential cost. So the output will be print the total essential cost that will be used by the student in a week. So for the next processing item is will be calculate the budget one, which will be print out the total amount that have left after the essential cost has been used. So for the next one is processing item will be calculate the total other cost, and the output will be print the total money spent for the other cost. And the last
for the last processing item, it will be calculate the budget too. We will print out the money left at the end of the week. So, in this phase, we construct a logical step and plan to develop two type of algorithm, which is pseudocode and flowchart. We expand what we have from the IPO chart in order to produce a work frame for pseudocode. Pseudocode is an artificial and informal language that helps programmer to develop algorithm, which is basically summarize the program flow. This pseudocode will show us step-by-step written outline of the code that can gradually transcribe into a programming language. Pseudocode also intended for the human reading other than the machine reading. So here the pseudocode for this student budget calculator. As we can see, is basically based on the IPO chart that we have produced earlier. So, for the next one is flowchart. Basically, flowchart and pseudocode is the same, but flowchart help developer to understand the process of the program more clearly with sequences order, which is flowchart is simply as a graphical and representation of the step, and it will show step in sequential order. Okay, I will here the flowchart for our project. So I pass to the next presenter.
I am Amira Safia binti Muhammad Rosli. My metric number is 9201385. Okay, so this is the implementation part, which is the coding for our project. So there are a few functions in this code. So the first one, this function is used to take input that related to income section, which is student loan, scholar sponsorship, parents guardian, job, savings, any other, and total incomes. And it will calculate the total income using the addition operator. So next, we have the next function is to calculate the utility bill rent. So the method is same like the income function method. Okay, so this is the calculation of the total utility bill rent. Next is the essential outgoing section. Still using the same method as the income function. So we collect the input that related to the essential outgoing, which is travel, car bills, and food bills, and then we calculate the total essential using the addition operator. And the last one we have other cost function. So we use the same method also, which is we collect the input, which is cost material, treat yourself, and social activities. So the last one we have the display menu, which okay, this one it tells the user that there are 4 sections that user need to fill in order to calculate their budget. Okay. So this is some of the output. Next, I will show the output of the coding.
Okay, so as I stated earlier, so it will it will tell the user that they need to fill in 4 sections. So this is the first section, which is income section. So the first question is, please enter your student loan amount per month. So let's say the student get 3,000 ringgit, and then the amount that the student get from the scholarship or sponsorship, let's say it will be 3,000 ringgit. And next, the amount that they get from their parents, let's say 500 per month. And then the income that they receive from their job, let's say they are full-time student, so they don't have any income from the job, and they don't have any other income. Oh, sorry. Okay. So it will state the total income of the month, which is 6,500 ringgit. So for the next section, which is utility bill cost section, so let's say they need to pay 100 ringgit for the rent, and for the utility bills also 100, and then they spend 30 ringgit for the mobile phone bill. So let's say they don't have any insurance that they need to pay. So it will state the total for utility bill cost, which is 230 ringgit, and it also will state the balance that they have after subtract the utility bill cost from the total income. So next, I pass to the next person.
My name is Siti Aisyah Humaira. My matric number is 9201386. Next is essential cost section. Let's say the amount we choose is travel cost is 100, and the amount for the total expense cost for field repairs, we choose 200. The amount of spend on groceries per week, we choose 50. And you see, you have spent 350 ringgit, and the amount left after the essential is 1217.5. Next is the other cost. The amount that we would like to spend on cost materials is 20. Next, the amount we choose is 50. And next is 55. So we have spent 1 to 5 for others cost, and you still have 1092.5 at the end of the week. Let's say if you would like to run the program again, you can choose number 1, which is yes, and if you don't want to run the program again, you can choose number 2, which is no. Next is the conclusion. As the conclusion, one of the objectives that we managed to achieve is to calculate how much money that students should have to spend each week. We had encountered a bit of problems throughout finishing our project, which is during completing the design and implementation. Finally, with the cooperation given by each member and as a result of discussions, we managed to solve the problems and completed the project well. That's all from us. Thank you.